The other day I ordered a new quadcopter, namely the DJI Mini 3 Pro. This is a drone that a lot of people have been anticipating, however I'm not among them. You see, I was not aware that this new drone was about to be launched, but eventually, because of my membership of various drone groups on Facebook, I noticed a lot of hype regarding a new drone from DJI, so naturally I had to look into this. As some of you know, I've been flying drones in the past, both hobby drones, race drones and DJI drones. But ever since the regulation became so strict, it took some of the fun out of it for me. Now there are new regulations from the European Union which makes it a bit easier to fly, at least if the total weight of the drone is under 250 grams. And this is where the Mini 3 Pro comes into the picture. So let's start the unboxing by opening this box from DJI. The first thing that is revealed is the drone itself. As you can see, it's really tiny. It's actually a lot more tiny than I thought it was gonna be. But I guess 249 grams, which is the weight of this drone. Well, that kinda says it all, doesn't it? It can't really be that big. So opening up, you can see that the arms is folded the same way as other Mavic models. However, these does not get in the way of each other. That means it doesn't matter in which order you fold out the arms. Taking off the gimbal cover was a bit tricky at first. However, once you've tried it a couple of times, it's not really a problem. Behind the gimbal there is this protective foam, and there are these kind of weird strips attached to the camera itself. I guess it's to keep the camera from being scratched. On second thought, I think the strips are meant to keep the lens cover in place. You can actually switch out the lens cover with a ND filter. The other DJI drone that I own is the first Mavic Pro that came to market, and the first thing I noticed about the propellers here on the Mini 3 is that it's not attached the same clever way as the propellers are attached to the Mavic Pro. On the old Mavic, the propellers are attached by pushing down on a spring and then turning the propeller into a kind of a notch, and then the propeller is attached. Here on the Mini 3 Pro they are attached with regular screws, but I guess that in order to keep the drone lightweight, you're gonna have to be very minimalistic regarding all the mechanical function you have on the drone. On the back here you have a USB-C charging port, as well as a SD card slot for your micro SD. The battery comes out fairly easily and is really lightweight. It's lighter than I anticipated. As you can see, it says 249G, and that is because this is the model with the 249 weight limit. You can actually get bigger batteries, but then the weight won't fit the 249 weight limit, and these batteries are not sold in the European Union. So let's continue the unboxing by taking out the next thing that's in the package. And this is the DJI RC remote control, and that's a remote control that has a screen built into it. And that means that you don't have to take out your phone or your iPad or whatever you want to use with your controller. And that is a very big plus, at least for me it is. The remote feels okay to hold. On the bottom here you have a USB-C charging port, as well as a USB-C host port and a micro SD slot. I guess the host port is for connecting a phone or iPad if you want to use them as well, but I have not tried this. On the back you have the C buttons that you can customize, as well as the small push sticks that you are supposed to attach to the controller. I really like the fact that you can store them on the back of the remote like this. The last thing in the package is a small box containing various things such as instruction manuals and warranty cards and a lot of stuff in Chinese or some foreign language. But there's also small propellers, and that is one of each. There are two types of propellers attached to the drone, and the reason for that is that in order to counteract each other, two of the motors have to spin clockwise and two of the motors have to spin counterclockwise, and therefore you need two types of propellers. In this bag there is one of each so that you can replace any of the four propellers that's on the drone. However, be sure if you replace one that you replace it with the correct type of propeller. There is also a small screwdriver and a USB-C cable in the package. The small screwdriver, I suppose, fits the screws that attach the propellers. As for the rest, there are warning papers and safety guidelines. But there is a pamphlet that I really like seeing, and that is just some basic rules regarding the drone. However, it's not all the rules that are noted there, but it's nice to see that they actually include a pamphlet with some of the rules. So that was it for the unboxing of this DJI Mini 3 Pro. I really hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you want to see some of the upcoming drone videos that I'm going to record, consider subscribing. Thank you for watching.